Welcome again to the draft panel of the Grandfinals for Game 3 between Team Spirit and Team LGD. And honestly, no questions this time, because I really want to see exactly how they've adapted their bans to Team Spirit's lineup. We actually saw that LGD, they were choosing first pick before, but they've made an adjustment here and they took second pick.
Yeah, it means that now this is all about Team Spirit. Team Spirit is in the driving seat more than ever. They are forcing LGD to, they're making them second guess themselves. They're making the 15-1 group stage team, the upper bracket dominant team, they're making them completely question everything that brought them so far. And that is crazy. So now Team Spirit is leading the charge. LGD is switching things up, maybe trying to put the players back in their comfort zone. We were sitting there watching their body language with Johan, like in this pre-stage kind of area. You know, Chow 8, arms crossed, them looking at their feet, not looking at each other, not sharing, energy. This is what you need when you're back against the wall. You need to be there for each other. You need to bring the momentum back. You have to create it somehow, because obviously the DOTA is not bringing it. And on the other side, you have Silent talking to them, and they're all looking at it, kind of drinking whatever word he's giving them, and they're uniting, feeling, bringing the uprising energy.
It's two completely different teams right now from what we could see body language-wise. I wonder if this change-up will make them feel slightly better, because now it's a new page, new book. Chow 8 is going to go back to a second pick. Maybe that will give them some type of confidence boost or belief in now what they're going to do. I do think that they need to play harder, play better. Team Spirit is showing up today, and LGD, they need to bring their A game every game.
And we see, even though they lost last game, even though they're down 2-0, I think this might actually be a good sign for LGD. Yes. They're so confident, even against what Collapse showed on the Magnus. I think this is the first time I've really seen people pick the right counters against Magnus.
Finally.
You need to deal with the skewer, right?
It is finally coming up, and I also want to mention, this is the beauty of DOTA. Magnus has dominated many patches. It has dominated many years for different reasons. It has been about Empower at times. It has been about RP at times. This Magnus is about skewer. It's about repositioning a hero in a way where the fight is so unfair for one team. Yep. But this skewer play is stoppable. It's stoppable by a Rubik Lift, probably one of the best tools in the game. Yule Scepter, Lion Hack, Force Staff. There are ways to stop this skewer from happening. This Magnus doesn't buy BKB early in the game. He's playing with Force Staff, either lens, and you have to stop it. And I love the confidence from LGD in a way. Maybe Chow 8, maybe somebody in that booth is telling them, hey, I know this Magnus looks strong, it looks unbeatable, it is beatable. Stop the skewer play. Now you end up with a Magnus stuck in the fight, cooldown skewer. He's just gonna die. No RP, the whole team fight goes away. And then the fight is absolutely terrible. Great way from LGD to counter it. It is abusable, and they're going for it. I love it. That is confidence.
Yeah, I think LGD, whatever it is gonna take for them to really find themselves and play like LGD, they need to find it now. They don't have any more chances. You don't have another game to lose. This is going to be a good route, but I am still very worried for them and worried for what's going to go through their heads if they get into this game and it starts going south at any point.
You want to win TI, you have to be the best. You have to be the greatest team of the season, or at that point. And the greatest team has to be able to play DOTA to their fullest, even down 0-2. And if they can't do that, then it was Spirit's win. So now is the cornerstone. This is definitely where the finals is going to be decided one way or another, or either it's going to be decided now or we're going to get another round of great DOTA, which I'm hoping for. I want to see 5 games, But definitely, if LGD is going to break, it's going to be now.
Yeah, I mean, what a run, though. I got to give Spirit a lot of credit and Collapse a lot of credit for what we've seen so far. It's been insane, the stuff that they're doing, the stuff that they're pulling out. If you were to go replay analysis, Spirit before today, you could pick up something, but this is still a different team than yesterday. They are better. They are more confident. They're more free, and they are picking whatever they feel like picking and doing whatever they feel like doing.
They're blossoming. It's beautiful to see.
I think we've seen that. The entire lower bracket run, they're a team maybe it can beat this team. Unfortunately, they eliminated you guys, but throughout every series, I think, as you said, they're bringing out better and better DOTA. And all this momentum, it's come crashing into LGD. They were, by far, I think, the favorites of this tournament. But now they're down 0-2. I want to mention this Undying pick. So in my head, Magnus, he repositions the fight. So maybe Undying, he has troubles with that. But is it just, because of the Rubik Lift, they're so confident in stopping that? You can, anchor a fight with a Tombstone? Or, what do you guys think about the pick?
It is possible. It's also a very good hero against Magnus on the lane. There's that, too. And you also have to keep in mind they're playing second pick, so they have to kind of show cards. You probably better show an Undying card than another card. It's like strong laner, probably going to allow Ame to pick out of a very wide pool of hero because he knows that his lane is secure no matter what.
They also run out a lot on Faith Beyond.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility.
Could be a possibility. Like the way I look at it, and I think strategy-wise, what could be very interesting from Team Spirit is like, okay, they get it. They're going to try to stop this Cure. But Magnus has been dominant for other reasons, as I mentioned. Maybe you can play an Empower strategy, where you can play you can build up on top of this Magnus, get a hero to, the Mag Jugger, for instance. It's not as much about this Cure than other things. You get this Jugger to a very strong moment. The Magnus can play without blinks. We've seen Magnus win games without blink dagger. You just build on top of, he goes mech into blink. He can decide to go mech into Greaves this game. Mech into Greaves into Crest and put that on this one hero that's just gonna, and then this Cure is never gonna happen. And now you're stuck with the Rubik that's just looking at it's like, is Cure happening, guys? Because that's my job in this game and it's not happening. I'm just fate bolting.
Which is also where the Undying pick, I think, comes in to maybe secure that these are fights that are going to happen. So now if you're playing on RP or playing on Empower, you're at least fighting into the Tombstone.
Yeah.
I get the pick, and also what you said. I think he suffers a lot from the Skewer play and the fight being repositioned. Already now, LGD are probably thinking about objectives together. They want, that's how you're going to enable this Tombstone. That's how you're going to enable your two heroes to kind of punish this Magnus.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm still worried for LGD. Now I'm seeing things, and I'm seeing this Morphling ban. I think it would also be a good pick for them. They're also worried about like a Willow Morph combo, but it's good against Mag. It would be good with Undying. It's what they're looking for forcing objectives and things like this. I wonder if they're going to have a solid plan going into this, if they're drafting free, or if Xiao 8 is also dealing with all this pressure that they might be feeling, being the favorites, having not lost many games before, and now losing games for like the first time. Ooh.
Again, I think it's dealing with the Magnus Blink again. They're worried about that skewer. I really like what you said, Ceb, about maybe making a pivot on the Magnus style. I think the other thing that this hides is whether Undying is actually a core or not. Because I think that's really what they're thinking about here.
That's one thing. I think there's two ways here. If Spirit can play Mag mid, I think it's very interesting, this game. The Mag doesn't have to go into the Undying lane. Mag mid is Echo Saber Mag. He's just going to blink, RP, kill. He doesn't cure back. And he is not going to care as much about what's being built, and they get also to counterpick the Spectre greatly on the lane. It's a possibility, but they could also decide to double down. They go for the Mag PA. I mean, I think they're thinking about
This dude's playing everything.
Yeah, everything. And the PA shard versus Spectre, crazy. You don't scale into this. He will pop him in a second with Empower and with the shard. And I'm sure, Yatoro PA, for those that don't know Yatoro well enough, like he is one of the greatest PA players ever. If you encounter him in a pub playing PA or watched him, this is his bread and butter. He's super comfortable.
He played it here. I forget who was playing against him. He got Rampage in that game with PA already at TI. So he is playing everything. He's literally playing every hero he can.
And I want to mention how LGD, I am scared for them. I want them to bounce back. I want to see more LGD Dota. I want to see Game 4. I want to see Game 5. But they have played so far Tiny on track, Tiny Ogre, Tiny Mag. They have played ET, enabled ET that is also crushing the games. They have played Lycan. They have played these really powerful strategies. And so far, I don't see the multipliers here. I see the one Spectre, I see the one Undying, I see the one Bloodseeker, but I don't see the multipliers that LGD are so good at. They're creating these strategies and they're buffing them so much that it just breaks the game. I'm maybe missing it, but so far, I don't see the game being broken from LGD side. So to me, Team Spirit has successfully pushed LGD out of their trademark this tournament.
I think Team Spirit's lineup also looks like it has a lot more potential. When you look at these fights and when you look at what's going on for LGD, tell me about what their gameplay is going to look like this game. How are they forcing a tower? How are they forcing a Roche? How are they forcing a fight this game? I don't like what's going on in the draft right now, where I already see that they're just addressing, they pick PA, we feel bad, we need a Rupture to try and deal with it. It makes not a lot of sense with the Spectre. It makes not a lot of sense with this Undying and Rubik. Maybe with the Rubik for the lane, but still, there are picks in the game that could maybe make this come more together, find a way to scale into them, win the fights, get the Roche, play some team fights to actually make it happen for your team.
So is that what you think they're lacking on the LGD side? They just need so it's damage for objectives and maybe some more team fight.
Some way to force the fight. It can happen through objectives. It can happen through Roche. It can happen through catching them with a good Spirit hero.
As for the last game, I'm going to try to make a case for LGD, for the LGD fans or the ones that are hopeful to see a Game 4. They have very strong lanes. I mean, Bloodseeker versus PA, I speak from experience. Like, as an offlaner, I can tell you this is a free lane. Yep. He's going to have the lane of his life, especially with the Rubik on this lane. You know, they did see the Magnus and they decided to go with the Undying and the Spectre, so I can only assume that they're happy with this lane too. So now these are 2 side lanes, and they're gonna get the last pick for nothing to say. He has proven that he can, you know, truly dumpster a lane if he's given the tools for
And
it.
Tinker's still in the pool this game.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I think he plays an insane Tinker.
They also have a way to force these fights. I mean, at the end of the day, they do have Rupture plus Tombstone, and that is a way to fix the fight somewhere, you know, and force them to fight into the Tombstone, give the Rubik freedom to position himself around the fight how he wants and gets his spells off. And, you know, and we all know what Xingqiu can do when he's enabled in these fights. There are ways for LGD to make that happen. I see the Tinker. Then the Tinker would actually, you know, Tombstone, Night Vision, Blood Seeker
Rage.
amplifying.
Yeah, that's
you know,
crazy.
I would just be worried about how are they forcing a fight with this Tinker? How are they actually catching a hero? It has to be the Rupture, it has to be the Lift. I don't think it's the best and easiest ways to force fights.
Early on, Rupture, Atos, they have to build on it.
Atos would
you know?
be a really good, it would be a really good timing for them.
They
I
have
see
to
it.
build on top of that. And I see how the Tinker makes all of it. Nothing to say, one of the best Tinker players in the world. Incredible Tinker, actually. So good on the hero. You get the Spectre with the Ags, you get the Dagger Vision, meaning you get the enemy hero's vision. So Tinker's gonna see everything. He's gonna be amplified by Blood Rage and the Nighttime Tombstone Vision. Everybody's tanking the Tinker spells. Very beautiful pick, in my opinion, that can, once again, it might enable their entire lineup if they are willing to look at it.
What's left for Toronto here? So there's a lot of heroes that are banned. We have
Do you feel like he needs like a preemptive Tinker counter though? Because when
He
you guys
has
are
to.
talking about Tinker, I
He
feel
might-
like
he might.
it seems so free. I mean, you guys
it's
are hyping
very
it up,
free
so-
right now.
He
It's a
has
very
to
free
color the
Tinker
Tinker
game.
angle. He has to. But no Puck, no Storm, no Void Spirit, no Ember Spirit. I don't know. Man. Like most of the heroes that he would want to pick are kind of gone.
Okay, that's a Toronto hero, but it's not an inherent Tinker counter.
No.
You can catch him, but you don't stay on top of him.
And nothing to say, he was a Tinker spammer. When he was like a C pub star, he was one of those guys.
Yes, give us the NTS C Tinker. We want to see it. Don't go out without it. He is, you know, he is the king on this hero. Come on, make it happen.
Here it is.
Okay, perfect. We
Does
might
this
get a
make
game
you
four.
just favor LGDs? Because I think this is the first game I've seen like their draft. It looks cohesive with this last pick.
I'm a huge Tinker believer. I believe that if you play this hero to the limit and you find ways to push his timings this game, I think he's going to shine. I think you're going to see this hero popping off, and he's going to be making Team Spirit run away. They're going to be dying from rockets. It could be a massacre. It always has the potential. This hero is so strong this patch, and yeah, one of the best Tinker players. I hope to see fireworks.
Yeah, regardless of what I want to see win TI, I want the game 4 at this point. So for this game, I'm all in LGD. I want them to take it. I want to see more Spirit. I want to see more LGD. I want to see more Dota, man. That's all I care about.
I want to see more Dota too, but I would be very happy to see Team Spirit win. I think these guys have shown the world some incredible games, and the beauty of the game and the beauty of these heroes and what you can actually make happen. So either way, I'll be happy for Team Spirit, but boy, I want to see more games too.
Excited. Pep talk. You see it.
And the draft is finished, and we're going to head straight over to Casters with Insania and OD Pixel.
Thank you very much, Yowie. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 3 now of the Grand Finals. PSG-LGD against Team Spirit. Team Spirit up at the moment, 2-0. One game away from potentially taking that championship spot. Insania, we heard from the panel there during the draft. They were they predicted it perfectly, this Tinker pick, and they were excited to see it. Could this be what allows PSG-LGD to maybe turn the tides and get the momentum back under their grasps in this series?
I mean, I absolutely think so. Out of all the drafts that we've seen from them, this feels the most LGD. I felt like in the last game, they didn't really have a way to fight. I feel like LGD's like proven we're one of the best teams at fighting you. And I feel like in the last 2 games, they just didn't have a chance to do it. So I really like this draft from them.